Welcome to Ink and Impact with Chris Bunker.
Hi everyone, my name's Chris. I'm with Mountain View Printing in Calgary, Alberta. Today I'm on site at Community Natural Foods in Calgary. Here we are today, we're chatting to Vresh. Vresh is the original founder of GHEE, which is a product made here in Calgary. We print roll labels for Vresh, his packaging, and do several other different things, whether it be shelf talkers, roll labels, a ton of different products to help his business. Thanks for making the time to come out today, Vresh, on site here.
Anything to help the rest of the world see you guys the way we see you guys.
100%, and vice versa too. It's a partnership, right? So great to be here. Can you just explain to me, why do you actually work with it? What's different about it?
There's a couple categories of people. There's, the businesses that are maybe three categories of companies. There's the businesses that we find that are extremely affordable, and you almost never get to actually see a human from that business, maybe when you go pick up your order or something like that. And those serve a purpose if you absolutely need it to be bottom dollar. And then there's the second category of folks where it's, they're a big business, you got lots of people, and you're one of many, customer numbers on a ledger, right? And they do a good job, their pricing is okay, there's nothing really special. And then there's this other category where, it's a people business, right? Yeah, I had this boss back in the day who would say, oh, we're in the plumbing industry, we're in the construction industry, but at the end of the day, we're in the people business, right? And that can be true of almost anything. And I find that Mountain View was one of those businesses that really embodied that, where the people like yourself, and everybody else that I've met in the office are so genuine. And at the end of the day as well, are very, very tied into this idea of, if they're happy, we're happy. If they grow, we grow. When we find suppliers that show glimpses of what we've experienced with Mountain View Printing, we kind of hold on to them. What do you guys look for in ideal partners?
Truth.
Okay.
Honesty and respect for us.
Okay. And what is it? So, because we've had a working relationship now, probably what I would say is from the beginning of when our business just started to find its feet and get kind of, trotting and then running. I would say that we're starting to run now. And then I think a big part of understanding the relationship of the business is that it's never always going to be, smiles and roses. There's going to be times when we don't give you guys enough notice, or we say something and take it back, and that's, on us to do better. And then there's instances when, there's always human error involved in every situation. What would you say is your guys' approach to that not so rosy part of doing business?
I think mistakes can happen. We do know that. I think it's all about being honest, like I said, one of my core values, but also being 100% truthful with you. Listen, this is what's happened. We've got to push this date back a couple of days. I think that's where respect and honesty comes in, to be fair. And I think you're on board with that. You understand that. You understand the production side as well. I think that's why we make a great partnership.
Yeah. And honestly, I don't think I've ever seen any. We've had 2, maybe 3 printers and a whole bunch of other suppliers for other stuff as well to the city, where we have accessibility to their facilities and stuff. I don't think I've toured one of their facilities, seen one of their printing machines, other than maybe through the pickup bay where I can kind of spy it in the background. I think that having that understanding of, hey, there's real people, there's something real going on back there. The reality of doing business, the reality of anything really is that it's never always perfect. But at the same time, it's how we react and how we respond and how we, adapt to changes in our environment that I think make, true, good, great, or the best type of, service-based businesses in the world, right? Because it's a service-based business. Printing.
Customer service number one priority. But we're also an extension of you guys, right?
100%.
We succeed, you succeed.
Case in point is that if you guys didn't do your part of the agreement, the product may not look as good, the product may not hit as good, and that is absolutely, you guys are a big part of our success.
It's all about your branding, right? For sure.
100%. It's the branding, it's the recommendation, sure, I can give you a size and say this is how I want a label printed, but it's the feedback, maybe, we want to do this lamination, that lamination. What about this? Have you thought about doing these peel-aways, this kind of application, this is the core size? Because everything matters when you start to go into that higher efficiency. I find that I know I found that, if the roll tightness is too tight, it doesn't go into the machine. We're spending 15, 20 extra minutes getting each roll on the labelers. So it's back and forth dialogue that I've really appreciated, and being able to dial into every single aspect of the product. It's not the label that comes off the roll. It's everything from the artwork that goes in. Don't use this color. Don't use that color. We need more contrast. Oh, okay, use this laminate. Then we actually get into the physicality of the product itself.
Which then also makes life easier for the third party in Leduc that's actually processing this for.
Absolutely. I mean, we say third party. I mean, but we're on the line there. I'm on the product. I'm on the production line. I see the frustration when, because we're the ones, we're not maybe putting the label on the machines, but we're the ones putting every single top sticker that you see here. Me, our staff, or somebody on our contract team works on that. Right. So I've seen physically and personally every single one of these go on the production line. So when something doesn't work, we know it, we feel it, right? It's a lot different if we were using a co-packer. We just send it to them and they deal with all of the nonsense, and then we just have to come back and give feedback. Whereas when we're on the line, it's real time, and I feel like you guys are the same way. It's like real time back to us.
Yeah, I think that's very important too from a quality control point of view, that you're actually seeing not only the product in the jar, but the label on the jar, but then you also get to put the Tampa seal evident labels on it.
And it's the whole 360 degree, right? What sets us apart from any of the other, even GHEE category products or any of the other category products? One is, of course, let's say design, but two is the effective execution of the design as well, right? And most cooking oil sets, right? And we call these a set. Most cooking oil set, whether it's here at Community Natural Foods, whether it's in a retailer in Ontario, whether it's a Longo's with whatever, we're often the line that jumps off the page. We're often the product that jumps off the page, and Mountain View Printing is a big part of that jump.
For sure. Yeah. Brand consistency, etc. Right. Just talk to me a little bit about natural products.
So it's a growing category. Folks have kind of gotten tired of this idea of, big corporations and multi-billion-dollar food conglomerates telling them what they, giving them ingredients they can't pronounce, things like that, where there's a resurgence in the last decade or so of products that have few ingredients, easy to pronounce ingredients that are available in nature. And the industry in general has moved from your Crafts and your Nestle's and your PepsiCo's type of businesses over to now the up and coming small entrepreneur natural food industry, right? And there are millions and millions of hundreds of millions of investor dollars being poured into brands like this. I mean, examples of brands are like Midday Squares, Bloom, things like, brands that 15, 20 years ago, you wouldn't even think would come into the farmer's market, let alone challenge Hershey's or, someone like any of your Nescafe or those guys. What we're seeing now is this resurgence of the consumer who is demanding better for you products, and therefore want products that are naturally sourced, have very few, if any at all, preservatives, artificial colors, dyes, things like that. And we've been lucky to be a part of that wave.
So for people that don't actually know what you can do with GHEE, can you just talk about what you can actually do with it?
Yeah, I mean, what can't you do with it is actually an easier thing to tell you. So we've got the entire set here. We've got olive oil there. We've got what we got? Pumpkin seed oil, garlic oil, hazelnut oil. Now you can't use pumpkin seed oil or hazelnut oil to sear a steak or fry an egg. Now you probably can't use extra virgin olive oil to spread on toast because it's not spreadable, right? So GHEE kind of has this like unique versatility where you can do everything that you can do with butter. So you can spread it on toast, bake cakes with it, fold it into mashed potatoes, you can melt it on pancakes, et cetera, et cetera. Now, there's some things that butter falls short on. One of the big ones is it burns really easily when you try to cook with it, right? And GHEE has this unique property where all of the milk solids, the milk proteins have been filtered out of it. So you can take it, throw it in a ripping hot cast iron pan, sear a steak, fry an egg, put some color on your mushrooms, get a cauliflower steak browned up real nice and good. And you're not going to actually burn the oil. You're not going to degrade the oil. It's not going to oxidize really easily. So that's one. And then you still got all of the, the butter type applications. But this is butter that you can take camping with you. You put it in an RV, let it sit in your cabin, over the winter, and you come back in the spring and it's good to go. So it's basically something that you can kind of, set it and forget it almost. And the other interesting thing about, I would probably say a good 90%, if not 95% of this entire oil set is most, if not all of this is imported, right? And like olive oil, definitely not from here. Hazelnut oil, I've never heard of. Walnut oil, never heard of that stuff coming from here. Maybe the pumpkin seed oil, but again, I don't think this specific stuff is. And if you want to talk about domestic cooking oils, all we have left is butter, right? And this is the cooking oil version of butter that has that versatility. So this is probably one of the only, if not few, domestic cooking oils left on your local grocery stores cooking oil set and cooking oil shelf, because everything else is coming from somewhere else in the world, right? And in the world of, talk about natural, you talk about, like better for us, better for the planet, sustainability, carbon footprint is definitely something that we can, align ourselves alongside. Even though it's dairy, it's only coming from maybe a few hundred kilometers away from us.
Do you have any tips or advice for any budding Alberta-based businesses that are looking to grow like you guys? It's a wonderful.
Definitely call Mountain View Printing. That would be the number one. No, but that too. But what I would say is, one, do the test markets. So your farmers markets, your little vendor markets, Christmas markets, things like that. Test the concept, and when you test the concept, don't underestimate the value of having a strong brand identity. And by that, I mean your packaging, your signage, your posters, what you do. If you can't invest the time in social media, absolutely everything that is a visual representation of your brand is so crucial. People often underestimate it, just a little paper bag. Oh, I don't have the design skills. I can't, do this. So it's just something that they threw together. Your brand can go from farmer's market to supermarket within a few weeks, like ours did. If you have that vision of, I want this to blow up, don't worry about competitive advantage, you'll find it. The key thing is make sure your brand is easy to understand, easy to read, easy to see, and easy to identify with, and easy to spot on a shelf. Those are the kind of the core things. If you have a good, of course, the baseline is have a good product. Right? Make something great, test it, and then invest, even if it isn't money, your time going on any of the free design apps, going on any of the, if you're not a designer yourself, going to like something like Fiverr, or, and finding someone who can give you that first lift. Then you have this incredible, leg up on the competition. That's something that we've always had is, we haven't reinvented the wheel here. Like GHEE is not something unique that we invented. It's been around, like I said, for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,000 years, right? It's been around forever. What we've been able to do is we've been able to make it approachable and understandable to the everyman, right? And the every woman, because that's the biggest thing that's been missing from GHEE is 75% of Canadians don't know what it is, right? Yeah. And we're fighting that battle every day. Now, the product looks kind of like, I don't want to pinpoint anybody else, but if it kind of looks difficult to read, I have to pick it up and I have to what is it? 90% of the people that don't pick it up actually walk right by it, don't even see it.
Yeah, true.
You need someone to take a look at it. You need someone to give it a shot. You need someone to actually give them, try to learn about what it is. And that's really where the packaging, that's where the branding, that's where all the little other things come into play. Your shelf wobblers, shelf danglers, thinking outside the box to make sure that people pick up that box.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, Vresh, from every single team member at Mountain View Print, I want to say thank you to you and Tom and all the rest of the staff at OGGEE. And thank you for your partnership. And most importantly, thank you for your friendship.
Oh, absolutely. It's been a very, very interesting, fast-paced journey for us. Seeing how, it's a wonderful. And I truly believe that Mountain View Printing has been a huge part of that. You guys have done so many things for us that we wouldn't have expected for printers to do for us, help us out with die card. These are big things for a small business. They're not for big businesses. And it all adds up, and you guys have been excellent for us on pricing, excellent for us on delivery, timelines. When we give you very, very little to work with, you guys are like, let's go, we got this. And then coming back to us with, hey, maybe we need to take a look. It's been a phenomenal two-way street.
For sure.
And I've always told folks, I never shy from telling everybody, any of my fellow entrepreneurs that are in the same state, you need to talk to Chris, you need to talk to Mountain View. They will take care of you. They take care of us forever. And we feel special. And I think that you guys do that part of the business really, really well. And, you guys have got our business for the foreseeable future. So it's all, it's a no-brainer for us.
Amazing. Thank you for coming.
Cheers, man. Absolutely.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Ink and Impact. Be sure to stay tuned for more inspiring conversations in future episodes.